Okay, so I'm at work and I run down to Walmart real quick. Now, I'm being judgmental. So, I've already asked the Lord to forgive me for judging. But I'm angry and I have to share. And I'm not the only one, because I was standing in line with someone I knew and we sitting there thinking the same thing and voiced it about the same time, and I'm just like, it don't make no sense. So there's a family of 6 in Walmart, Caucasian. Not that it matters, but you'll understand why I said that in a second. And that reason is because I have a really high yellow niece, and I tell her all the time, dirt and color shows up on light-skinned people. So if it shows up on light-skinned people, you know it shows up on white people. Now this family, the entire family of 6, is absolutely nasty, grubby, and filthy to the point where you're like, oh my God, don't touch me. And just standing there, you feel like you have to wash your hands. Now, my friend that I was standing in line with is like, I almost want to pull my phone out and just take a picture and send it to social service. And I said, I won't do that because it's not those babies' fault. And I wouldn't want to embarrass them should that picture resurface somewhere later. But at the same time, I probably should have done some kind of documentation because they need help. But the good thing about it was there was a lady talking to the family who knew them. She was a teacher at their school. So hopefully, you know, she puts the word out. And I know I shouldn't depend on other people to do something when a change needs to be made or something needs to be done. But I really didn't know a good way to go about it. These kids are filthy from head to toe. Fingernails, toenails, their clothes, their face, their hair. Visibly filthy. The third in line has on pants too big for the oldest kid. They have them safety pinned. His shorts are safety pinned to his shirt. The front of his shorts are wide open and hanging down because they're too big, and this little safety pin trick is not working because you didn't actually cinch the pants around his waist. So his little underwear are out for the world. And so he's standing there and he's talking to the lady and he's, you know, just being a kid, and he's constantly pulling these pants up because they're falling down and showing his daggone underwear. They have the kids ranged in age. I think the oldest looked to be around my son's age. My son will be 9 in 17 days. I'm going to have a 9-year-old. And the youngest, maybe 1. Nose snotty. Dirt all over her face. Her feet weren't dirty, but I guess it's because she couldn't walk. The other 3 were in sandals or flip-flops. Feet black. On top and on bottom. Just nasty, grubby, ridiculous. Now, to me, this is child neglect. I don't know their situation. I don't know, you know, I know times is hard, whatever. But the guy, I know the guy from my old job. He used to come into Royal Farms all the time and get coffee in the morning. And he had a knock, so it's not like money is an issue, which is what's bothering me because I recognize this guy, and I recognize this guy as someone who I've always seen with money on him. Come in, get $1.50 coffee, but he pull out a knot that looked like it could pay my rent. So I'm like, okay, this is not cool. But then I recognize the girl that he's with, and I think that his wife or his girlfriend or whatever, who is the mother of these kids, I think I went to school with her, and she's younger than me. Meanwhile, this guy is like as old as my dad, and my dad is too old to be my dad. So that just lets you know how old this dude is compared to her. And they're just as filthy. So it's not like they're taking care of themselves and not the kids, because they are just as dirty and grubby and filthy and disgusting, and you don't want to touch them. And she's got this coffee that also looks dirty. How's your coffee look dirty? It just looks like old coffee in this cup, like she's had it forever. She's in Walmart with a cup. But the thing that bothers me is they're returning stuff. Now they're returning a whole cart full of freshly new, clean baby things and a television. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Now, if you see this baby who's filthy and dirty and nasty along with her siblings, then you're like, they most definitely need these baby things. And so I'm making assumptions now because I don't know, but this is what the situation looks like to me. that someone has given them these things and they're returning them to Walmart for cash instead of using them when these children could greatly use it. Well, I mean, it's only for the baby, but geez, at least one of the 4 of them would be clean or have a nice place to sleep. But it looks like they're exchanging it for money. It was a whole hoopla. They had to go get a whole bunch of managers and whatever. And the whole time I'm sitting there getting sick to my stomach and angry because I'm like, what kind of parent are you? I don't give a damn what you look like. If you want to be nasty and grubby and disgusting, that's you. You're grown. You can take care of yourself. You deal with that. Those babies cannot fend for themselves, and it is your job to take care of them. Taking care of them involves keeping them clean. Oh my God. Now, I will say, don't any of them look malnourished or anything. They don't look like ridiculously skinny or like they haven't eaten in weeks. And they were all happy. They were happy kids, normal kids. But that's child abuse. That is neglect for your child to be that dirty. And I don't mean, oh, their hands are dirty, oh, they had some candy. I mean physical filth piled on, grimy, on these children. And they're 8 and under. Not their responsibility. It's not their job to take care of themselves. And I'm just thoroughly pissed and, you know, concerned. So I don't even, like I said, I don't even know what the right thing to do is. I don't even know. Do you call child services, or would that put them in a bad situation, worse than the one they're already in? I don't know. I just had to vent because it really bothered me.